Hello and welcome to part one of how to make your very first website. Well, this is pretty exciting. You're about to make a website. You've decided to take the plunge and put your business online, and you've decided to do this yourself. Well, that's a pretty tall order, or it can be something that's pretty easy. I'm going to try and make it easy for you. What we're going to do is we're going to show you how to make a website out of a template. And this template is something that's freely available. There are a bunch of free templates on the internet, and you can just basically take a template and make some changes to it and make it your own. So that's what I'm going to do in this series of tutorials. You're going to need a few things. You're going to need to have a server, a domain name, and you're going to need some software, most of which you can get free, and we'll go over all of that in a minute. But without any delay, we'll get into what you're definitely going to need for your website before you even get started on it. You can put off getting this until after you have your website together, but since it's the primary function and what a lot of you are going to want to do, because I know you're going to want to skip around. Some will want to use the templates, some may want to use something else, and there are some very fine products out there that you can go online and make a website through their particular things. So that's why I'm going to cover the domain name and the hosting first. For domain names and hosting, there are two companies that I use personally, and there are a lot of companies out there, and you can do your research. The two that I'm going to recommend in this tutorial, and I'm going to have these down here in these sections as the first places you should look when you go to the website that I build. My preferred two are, the first one is GoDaddy. I use GoDaddy. I have several websites on them. They have a real nice domain search tool right here. You can type in the domain name of the company that you want to set up. Let's say it's George's Pizza, for example. Two Z's in pizza. And I'm sure that one's taken, because something that simple usually almost always is. But if it is, they have other suggestions down here, and you can look at those suggestions, see if you like them, or just keep searching until you find something you do like. Once you've found a domain name, you're going to want to, before you secure the domain name, consider who you're going to have for hosting. Now, as I said, I use both of these companies. They're both very good companies. They have very good panels, cPanels, which are control panels for controlling things on your website, and both of them work very well, and I'm sure there are several others that work well as well. I have just had experience with both of these, and I'm quite pleased with how it's turned out. The first thing that you're going to need before you get involved in getting your domain name is deciding on your hosting. And the reason being, for example, Bluehost, they may have a better deal than this $5.95, and then again they may not, depending upon when you watch this video. When I signed up for them, I signed up for 2 years. It was less expensive than that. And in signing up for 2 years, they gave me a free domain name. So that kind of outdid the whole idea of going to one registrar and getting a domain name and then going to another registrar and getting hosting. So the first thing to look at is the hosting as well as a domain name. And I would consider getting the hosting and the domain name at the same place, for the simple reason that everything goes a lot more smoothly and quickly when you go that route. So anyway, let's suppose that you have decided on your hosting, and you've decided on and secured a name, and you now have a server. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and end this video, and in the next video we'll get into editing this template so that it meets your needs and looks exactly like you want it to look for the website that you want. And if this isn't the template you want, don't worry, there are thousands of them out there. And I'll get into that in my next video. See you there.